everyone, it's Jeg Reyes for CNN Philippines 10, where we break down major stories from here and abroad into bite-sized facts in 10 minutes. The construction of a Chinese-funded bridge that will connect Davao City and Samal Island is underway. President Bongbong Marcos said during the groundbreaking ceremony that this connector road shows the strong ties between Philippines and China. CNN Philippines correspondent Rex Remitio gives us more details.
If you're going from Davao City to Samal Island, you need to take a boat ride that lasts for nearly an hour. But officials say once the Samal Island Davao City connector bridge is built, crossing over to Samal Island will be cut to less than 5 minutes.
Once completed, this bridge will help us develop the economic potential of Davao City and the island garden of the city of Samal, as well as enhance its residents' access to employment, education, and other services.
Construction will last 5 years. The administration is hoping it's finished by 2027. The Samal-Davao Bridge will be 4 kilometers long and will have 4 lanes. The project costs over 23 billion pesos. The Philippines will borrow over 80% of the cost from China. That's about 18 billion pesos.
It is for us to express also our gratitude to the government of the People's Republic of China, as they were an active member and have always been a dependable partner in this infrastructure development program.
This is a flagship project between the government of China and the Philippines. And it reflects the commitment of China to the Build More and Better program.
For the president, the bridge symbolizes the strong and ever-widening ties between the Philippines and China. He also says China will also help in more major infrastructure projects in the country, either through grants or concession loans from China.
This is not the only project that we have depended upon, concessional loans and even grants from the government of the People's Republic of China.
The president is saying this amid concerns on Chinese-funded projects in other countries. That includes Sri Lanka, which went bankrupt after being unable to pay its debts to China. Despite these cautionary tales, President Marcos is urging agencies to build more major infrastructure projects at full speed. Rex Remitio, CNN Philippines, Davao City.
Meanwhile, on the optional use of face mask indoors, the Education Department follows suit as public schools go full in-person classes beginning November 2nd. While it's a step to normalcy, the head of a teachers group says he would still personally encourage students to wear masks, citing classroom congestion.
Nakikita natin na ito ay siguro pagpapatibay ng gobyerno, no, doon sa iparamdam, no, yung nabumabalik na tayo doon sa normalcy, no, na ating hinahanap din, no, and we struggled, no, for 2.5 years, no, dahil dito sa pandemic na ito at bumabalik na po tayo, no. But then ano, ang sabi nga po namin diyan, ako, no, personally, no, I would advise my students to still wear face masks, no, for their protection.
In foreign relations, the White House has announced that U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris is scheduled to visit the Philippines this month. Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre says the visit will reaffirm and strengthen the long-standing alliance. Harris will meet with government leaders and civil society representatives. In the world of sports, the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas has released the initial list of Gilas Pilipinas players for the 5th window of the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup Asian qualifiers. The 7'3" Kai Soto banners the 20-man Gilas pool alongside 6-time PBA MVP player Junmar Fajardo. Also in the lineup are Japan B-League players Kiefer and Thirdy Ravenna, Dwight Ramos, and Ray Parks. UAAP stars Carl Tamayo, Angelo Kwame, and Kevin Kiambao, and teen cager Lebron Lopez. Completing the pool are reigning PBA MVP Scottie Thompson, Japet Aguilar, Jamie Malonzo, CJ Perez, RR Pogoy, Calvin Oftana, Poy Aram, William Navarro, Arvin Tolentino, and Chris Newsa. From the country's up-and-coming basketball superstars, we turn now to a legend called Loyzaga, whose legacy is immortalized in an Air Jordan. And who made the design? His granddaughter, no less. Chi Loyzaga Gibbs tells CNN Philippines U Day that she was approached by concept store Titan to be its design collaborator on the project with the Jordan brand.
It was Titan's idea actually to honor my grandfather. So as soon as they approached me, we already had that in mind. We started looking at photos from their win in 1954. So we were looking at photos of theirs, the posters. Then from there, we got our colors, fabrics, and then I did the print for the insole, that which is showed on the screen right now, which was based on action shots of my grandfather.
In the concert scene, Blackpink will be back in our area. The K-pop girl group adds another show for Filipino blinks to enjoy. The two-night concert is part of the Born Pink World Tour and is set for March 25th and 26th next year at the Philippine Arena in Bulacan. Jenny, Lisa, Rosé, and Jisoo last performed in the country in 2019. After breaking music records with her recent album Midnights, Taylor Swift announces a new tour. Swift says the Eras Tour is a journey through the musical eras of her career. The first leg will be in the US beginning March next year, and the pop superstar promises to announce the international dates soon. So Swifties, cross your fingers that the Philippines will be included. In news abroad, Brazilians have elected Lula da Silva as their next president. Da Silva's victory represents the left's return to power in the South American country by January 1st. This will also be his third term after leading Brazil for 2 consecutive terms between 2003 and 2010. It is also a personal comeback for Da Silva after he was detained for 580 days for alleged corruption. The High Court eventually annulled the sentence, which cleared him to run for re-election. Meanwhile, in Israel, poll results are out and former Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu comes out successful. This is the 5th time in less than 4 years that Israelis cast their ballots. The reason? The country has a parliamentary system of government made up of several parties which have not received enough votes ever to secure a seat. So, they must team up to form coalitions and reach the 61 seats needed to form a ruling government.
Despite the fact that Benjamin Netanyahu's Likud party did gain a few seats, the real difference here and the reason why their majority is so much higher is because of the gains from his far-right allies, specifically a new bloc called Religious Zionism/Jewish Power, that their numbers essentially doubled from the time before. They are now expected to have 14 seats in this new parliament. That would make them the 3rd largest party. This has really been an astonishing rise of the far right in Israeli politics, and essentially by joining forces with them, by working together with them, and also by coalescing all of these right-wing parties into just really 4 parties to sit in a coalition together, that helped them win.
Another factor is Netanyahu. Apart from serving longer than anyone else in Israeli history, is in the midst of corruption trial and overall a polarizing figure. Some top politicians refuse to work with him, making it difficult for him to build lasting governing majorities. And now for a 10-second trivia, which among these NBA franchises is the most valuable for 2022 according to Forbes? Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, Chicago Bulls, or Boston Celtics? The Golden State Warriors are currently the most valuable franchise in the NBA according to Forbes, more than 2 decades since it started valuing NBA franchises. Forbes says this is the first time that the top of the list isn't New York Knicks or the Los Angeles Lakers. The Warriors are now worth $7 billion, 25% more than last year. And that's it for CNN Philippines 10. I'm Jego Reyes, giving you news you can use, news you can trust in 10 minutes. Thanks for joining me today, and see you again next time.